last week's Game Awards saw viewership jump by over 83% from the previous year, with 83 million live streams total. Peak concurrent viewership topped out at 8.3 million, making it the most watched award show of the year. Gamers have truly risen up. The Game Awards' very first show in 2014 brought in 1.9 million views, and the growth trend in viewership goes on and shows no sign of slowing down. From your perspective, Aaron, what is the most responsible of all the many reasons that the answer could be for this explosive growth in viewership?
I mean, it's many different reasons. I think that one reason, obviously, with just the COVID times, there are a little more people who are still staying in that are trying to take precautionary measures, so they do have some sort of entertainment. I also think that Jeff and them, not too long ago, I think they were on Zoom and did like a 100-person Zoom with fans to get their take. So they're really not only listening to the industry, but I think it's so crucial, important that they've been listening to the community and what they want in terms of content and more. And I definitely think that helped with it.
Yeah, and we've seen this strategy used by different corporations and different companies. He used co-streaming as a major tenet to get more eyes on it. 2.63 million live concurrent views on Twitch, double last year's numbers. So I think Jeff Keighley definitely deserves a lot of the credit as someone that had the foresight to do this and implementing strategies that we've seen multi-million-dollar companies fumble around to see the growth of his product.
Yeah, and he genuinely cares. He cares a lot. He has a lot of friends in the industry. He wants this to do as well as it can. And it resonates throughout the show as well, and that's why you get the trust of so many different game companies doing premieres and all that stuff on the actual show.
Yeah.
And 9,000 people co-streamed it.
Yeah. And as you say, Jimmy, that is a very good point, is that the Game Awards are a lot more than an award show. In fact, one would argue that more viewers actually show up to get the new game announcements than actually show up to find out what won the awards. However, I don't think we can totally discount the fact that the Game Awards in a lot of ways are more relevant to the average consumer than the Oscars are, because by and large, a lot of what we see in terms of what's being nominated for Oscars is material that's not necessarily super accessible to the masses. You know, in the case of something like, and it's great to see these small indie films, you know, win these big awards, but the problem is the people in the middle of the country who don't live in major cities, a lot of the time have a very difficult time accessing those films and actually getting to see them.
Right.
So why would they show up to see if they won an award?
Yeah.
Do you guys think that, this is something that I'm really curious about too, because during this 2020 year, there have been more people that have gained interest in gaming, and even more on a casual standpoint, right? I even had people that are asking me about just certain specs and things, whether it's with the Switch or PlayStation. Do you feel like also some of those numbers that contribute to this accomplishment are some people who've just gained additional interest in this scene and just are like heard about it and were like, oh, let me tune in and check this out because it's more easily accessible than on cable TV?
Yeah, it has to be. I love the points that both you guys made. The accessibility there, both of the products that are being awarded and the award show itself, right? The internet is free. People can get online, watch it, YouTube, on Twitch. And then remember earlier when
the internet is free?
Not the internet is free, but to access the internet.
What am I paying for?
To the websites is free.
I wish the internet was free.
And so go back to the beginning of like having to stay at home and we had to do a quarantine. Esports took over sports for a while, right? And that in itself got into the mainstream, piqued the interest of gaming in general.
1,000%. And it's the same thing with gaming, where we continued to, there were delays, but so many film and television productions had to stop filming, whereas games were able to forge ahead. So in a lot of ways, this really isn't all that surprising.
Yeah.
The nerds win again. Hey, Jeff, if you're watching, good job. Hey, you. That's right, you. Thanks for tuning in. Check out more great moments from the download on our YouTube at Watch VENN, and you can watch the full episode and catch up on VENN.tv. I'll see you there.